balancing act because one, you're pulling out their pain point, right? They're going through foreclosure or have an inherited property. So you're asking them, what does this look like? How does it feel? Jumping in real quick just to run down the sales process from start to finish and Trey's experience the past 3 months of really ironing it out, building rapport with the sellers, and taking them down that funnel so that we can execute the sale at the end. So let's talk about the progression of when you first started, meeting with sellers, talking with them. This was actually one of the first houses that you locked up.
Yeah, this was about the second. This was the second house I locked up actually.
Pine Needle was first, huh?
Yeah, Pine Needle was first. About my third week out on the job. Just that first step, you just want to build that rapport. So we like to be people over profit, so we want to focus on building that relationship from the start. And from there, it's pretty simple. Once you get that wall down, you can dig a little deeper and find that pain point. And once you get that, you just, take a little stab at it here and there during the conversation with the seller. And from there, you can get them to a place where, they appreciate you, they appreciate your honesty. You educate them throughout the whole process, tell them next steps. And from there, you can get them to a number that's comfortable for them and make it a win-win situation.
I think that's huge. It's a balancing act because one, you're pulling out their pain point, right? They're going through foreclosure or have an inherited property. So you're asking them, what does this look like? How does it feel?
Right.
What are you currently going through? You're relating with their situation, right? Coming down to a mutual level where we can identify how we can serve them. And then on the other side of the token, you're encouraging them to lead as much as possible so that they're going to lay their cards out and tell you exactly what they're going through and how we can best serve them.
Exactly.
Right? And once you're able to identify what that pain point is, like you said, you're just poking it, right? You're asking, well, what's the next step? What would you do if you couldn't sell this? And you want to paint a picture within their mind so that they can vividly imagine, because your mind's a powerful thing, right? Yeah. And just talking about psychology, you can imagine what that might look like and feel like if they're unable to solve this problem, right? So you're building the relationship, and then you're kind of pushing back and showing them this is what it's like. Yeah. We understand, we can relate. We deal with people like this all the time, and then you come in for the kill, right?
And when you get to that point, you can also do it when it comes to, when you break that wall down, you can get it when it comes to the cash. You want them to visualize what they'll be doing with the money.
That's huge.
So when you ask them early on in the conversation, like, what would you possibly do if you're looking to sell? If they say, oh, I wanted to, travel the world, or I want to help my family out.
Yeah.
You focus on that in the latter part of the conversation so they can visually see themselves doing that same action. It basically brings them across that finish line.
Right.
Yeah.
It pulls them out of their current situation, outside of the pain, removes the burden, and they can actually visualize and picture what it looks like after they've reached that end result.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Which is huge.
It's essential.
And you think that literally our lives were the product of our most consistent thoughts, right? So what you think of expands, right?
Yeah.
And the more that you can relate with people, walk through situations, and then picture what it's like for them to be sitting on that beach or along with their family, not stressing about being behind on mortgage payments, right? Then you just iron it out. And once that emotion is sparked up, obviously they're going to want to do business.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And at that point, you already built a relationship. They like you, and it's easy.
That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, Trey's taking strides forward in building rapport. And right now, this is the importance of having like a laser sharp focus. Because one person cannot cover all aspects of a business. There's just too many moving parts, right? So in his days, if he can just jump on the phone and his main goal is just to build rapport. He's calling these people. They say it takes 5 to 7 touches on average to get a contract, right? So he's following up every couple days. Hey, Miss Jones, hey, Mr. John Doe, just wanted to follow up and see how everything is going. We're focused on the relationship and not even discussing the sale. The sale comes later. If we've built the rapport and the relationship, then obviously the next step, they're going to entrust us with their house. It's that easy.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. So I love watching the process unfold because the essence of life is growth, right? Everything is either growing or it's dying. And as you see your team growing and building and the pipeline stacking up, opportunities are coming your way. It just makes you realize that this is literally the top of the iceberg. And the more that you dig and work on personal development, like, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to.